We're doing this deep dive into web development just so that you can get a brief sense of what it's like to build websites or web apps. So since we're building a blogging platform, it's worth mentioning that the word blog actually comes from the word weblog. And according to Wikipedia, as of 2014, there were around 172 million Tumblr blogs, 75.8 million WordPress blogs in existence worldwide. So blogging, needless to say, you've seen blogs everywhere. They're a very common type of technology, so we're going to learn how to build them. So really quick, just looking at an example of a blog, there are a few key components in a blog, right? So there's the title of a blog post. There's the kind of text, just the body of the post, okay? And then there's usually a timestamp, okay? And then you see another blog post and so on, and it kind of just goes down in chronological order. Okay, so those are the main elements, right? So let's go ahead and build it out. So since we're using this tool called Ruby on Rails, it makes it easy for us to build web applications. One thing we can do, just make sure you are in the application directory. So it says workspace here. Rails lets us use these generator commands. So we can type out Rails generate, and then scaffold, and then with a capital P post, and then title, string, and then body text. Now you're not expected to know what this means, but you will learn what these things do down the line. This is just a command we can write inside of our command prompt here. And what we're saying is, hey, we want to generate the capability for creating and viewing blog posts. Okay, and we just decided to call them posts. And you have a capital P there. And we're saying, hey, you know what? With these blog posts, we want them to have a title. And we also want them to have a body. Okay, and then if we go ahead and hit enter, you'll see Rails is going to create some files inside of this application directory here. So Rails has just generated a bunch of files. You can actually scroll up and see what it's created and added to our folder structure over here, okay? So that's all that command did. It just created some pre-written files. And now what we can do is change our database so that we can save every blog post into a database. That way they're there every time we come back to this website, okay? So they don't go away when you close the browser. They'll always be there. That's why you need a database. So to modify our database, Rails gives us a command to do this, and it's rake and then db:/migrate. Watch your spelling there, and then go ahead and hit enter. And what this is going to do, again, like I said, is just modify the database so that we can actually store blog posts. Okay, so it's created a database table where we can store blog posts. So now that we've done that, we can start up our Rails server. So Rails and then server. You can also just type S for short and then -B IP and -P $port. Make sure you get your spelling, the hyphens, and also the $signs in there properly, and then go ahead and hit enter. Give it a second and it's starting up your Rails server, and now we can click this preview and then preview running application. Should pop up a miniature browser in here, and then we can just pop it out by clicking this button or just grabbing the URL and pasting it into another tab. So I'm going to click this, and here we go. I'm going to take this junk off the end of the URL. And now if I want to go to the blog part of this website that we're building, I can just add a / to the end of the URL and then posts, just like that, and hit enter. And there you go. Now we have the makings of a blogging engine. What we can do here is click this new post link, and then we can give our first blog post a title. We'll just say blog post number 1. And then we can give it a body as well, just the first entry. So you could enter some insights into your industry, what you know, say marketing or something else, web design, whatever you know about, and then you have your first blog post. And then we can just click this create post button. And there we go. It's been saved to the database. And now anytime you come back to this website at this URL, you will always see this blog post here. And then if we hit back, we can kind of see it laid out like this. And we can add another post if we want to. Just click new post. And we'll just give it another title. And we can say another body. And there we go. We have another one saved to the database. If we click this back button, we can see both of them. We can also view them individually. we can edit them, and we can also delete them. Okay, so what you're seeing here is that Rails is basically telling you that these are some of the most common operations you can do with any resource on the web. Think about when you visit websites like Facebook, okay? You do 4 main things with any resource on the internet. If you're talking about a Facebook profile, you will create the profile, you will view it or have others view it, you will edit it, and you will delete it. Those are the 4 things that you will commonly do. Same thing with a Facebook wall post. You can create it, you can view it or share it, you can also edit it, and you can delete it. Think about an Instagram profile, right? Same thing. With those images, you can just create them, read them, update them, and delete them. This concept we're going to come back to many, many times throughout this course, but it's one of the most fundamental concepts of web development. Those are often the 4 things that you will do with any resource on the internet. So next time you're surfing the web, think about that. Think about how those are the 4 operations you're often doing. It's usually one of those 4. Okay, so we're going to go over here and just shut down our server now with Control-C. And next we'll learn how to make this website look a lot better.